Here's something I used to do. I'd finish building a Python tool that actually worked, good logic, clean code, and then I'd hand it to someone and watch them stare at the terminal like I'd sent them a fax. So I did what most of us do. I hid the terminal. I wrapped it in a quick tkinter window that looked like it was designed in 2003, and I told them it was a lightweight interface. It was not. It was embarrassing.
The alternatives weren't much better. React means learning JSX, fighting NPM, debugging CORS errors, and explaining to your client why the deploy pipeline broke again. We needed something that didn't exist, a Python-native way to build UI that actually looked like someone cared.
In 2026, that thing exists. It's called Flet. And the question that opened this video, is Python actually killing JavaScript? I want to give you a real answer by the end. But first, let me show you what this actually does. The question I always get is, how is it possible that Python looks this good? Here's the secret. Flet doesn't try to reinvent the wheel like tkinter or PySide. Instead, Flet acts as a bridge to Flutter, Google's graphics engine. You write Python, and Flet translates it into Flutter components in real time.
To get this result in pure Flutter, you'd have to learn a new language called Dart and deal with a complex file structure. With Flet, you simply import the library and use structures you already know: lists, functions, Python classes, controlling high-end buttons and animations.
And remember the CORS issues from the comments on our last video? When you use Flet, you skip all of that. The front end and back end share the same Python process. No separate server to configure, no cross-origin policy to negotiate, no proxy rules to maintain. That configuration nightmare simply disappears.
And development is instant. You change a line, save, and your app updates on your phone or browser immediately. No slow compilations, no waiting. This is the workflow we always wanted in Python.
But before I go further, I want to show you the moment that actually stopped me. I was testing Flet 1.0 beta, and I typed this, ft.accelerometer, ft.battery, from Python on a phone. The first time I ran that on my Android device, I genuinely stopped and reread the import line. I thought I'd made a mistake. You have not. Flet 1.0 beta ships with full device services, accelerometer, gyroscope, battery status, network connectivity, screen brightness, accessible directly from Python, on Android and iOS. This is not tkinter with a facelift. This is a different category of tool.
Now let's put this in context. The Flet repository just crossed 15,800 GitHub stars. And on December 24, 2025, Christmas Eve, the team shipped Flet 1.0 beta. Stable API, end-to-end tests for every control, a new documentation site generated directly from the codebase. It can't lie to you. This is production software.
Here's what no other Python GUI framework has fully delivered, until now. With Flet, you write one app, and it runs natively on Windows, macOS, Linux, Android, iOS, and the browser. Not with wrappers and hacks, natively. Because Flutter handles the rendering layer on every platform. You're not fighting the platform, you're riding it. Look at how clean this is. FT column, FT row, FT card. If you've ever used any layout system, even basic HTML, this is immediately readable. But the output isn't browser-rendered HTML. It's a native Flutter widget tree. Your Python app gets the same 60 frames per second that Google Maps uses on Android. tkinter could never. In my test environment, the difference in startup time was significant. Around 3 seconds for a typical React bundle versus under half a second for Flet desktop. Your numbers will vary based on app size and hardware, but the principle holds. Less infrastructure means less to load. One developer posted a comparison on Reddit last year. A contact form with validation in React took around 80 lines of JSX plus CSS plus a state hook. The same form in Flet, 25 lines of Python. That's a rough community comparison, not a controlled benchmark, but it illustrates the pattern. The ecosystem is moving too. FletX just launched with production-grade routing and state management, and the community crossed 15,000 GitHub stars. And this brings us back to the question in the title. Is Python actually killing JavaScript? I want to give you a real answer. But first, let me show you what this looks like when you actually build something. All right, I'm going to build a task manager app from zero. Dark mode, animated checkboxes, a clean card-based layout, something you would not be embarrassed to show a client. Under 40 lines of Python.
We import Flet, define our main function, which receives a page object, the root of every Flet app, and set 3 things: title, dark mode, and padding. 3 lines of real logic. That's your entire app shell.
Here's the add task function. When the user submits, we append a card to our list. Inside the card, a checkbox and a text label. No JSX, no state reducer, no dispatch action. You append to a list and call page.update. That's the entire mental model. Python developers already know this. It's just a list.
And here's the layout. A text field, a column to hold our tasks with auto-scroll built in, and a row that lines up the input with an add button. Then page.add stacks them vertically. The last line, ft.appmain, that's your entry point. Run this, and in under a second, you have a working, dark mode, scrollable task manager running natively on your machine.
But wait, one argument. ft.appmain view equals ft.app.view.webbrowser. Run it again. Same app. Now it's a web app. No separate front-end build step. No webpack. No deployment pipeline change. The same 40 lines of Python. Web, desktop, mobile, one file. Honest comparison. React equivalent. Around 120 lines across 3 files, plus package.json, plus your Vite config. Flat, 40 lines, 1 file, 0 config. I'm not saying React is bad. I'm saying that for the Python developer who just wants a working UI without switching ecosystems, Flet is the clearest win we've ever had. So, is this the end of JavaScript? No, JavaScript isn't going anywhere. What is ending is the idea that Python developers have no serious option for building UI. That argument is over. Flet just ended it. Flet 1.0 beta landed Christmas Eve 2025. Stable API, device sensors in, docs generated from the codebase. They can't lie to you. 15,000 GitHub stars. We are at the tipping point. The developers building with Flet now are the ones clients will call first when they need a Python app that actually looks good. If you're tired of your UI tools holding you back, the change starts today. 1 pip install, 1 Python file, web, desktop, mobile. That's the deal Flet is making with you. The next video is going to be different. Instead of arguing for Flet, we're going to build something serious, a live AI dashboard with real authentication, charts, and live data, entirely in Python. Watch it now. If you got value from this, hit like. It genuinely helps the channel reach more Python developers who need to see this. Subscribe so you don't miss the dashboard build, and I'll see you in the next one.